gather your oat galls, you need to kind of make them into tiny little fragments. So I normally get like a muslin cloth, hammer them down, and then I will add them to some water and boil them up. At that stage, your water is like a brownie kind of a liquid, a very no texture to it. Like you literally pour it like it's just like water. Iron sulfate you add to it, and this then changes that brownie watery liquid to black straight away. You can see it just dissolves into it. And then at that stage, you then add your material into it. I normally work the dye into the fabric. I find I get the best results. So I'll merge the fabric as much as I can into the water and then squeeze it so it's really penetrating all those little fibers of the fabric. Also, before I actually merge it into the water, I'll have it soaking in like warm water for a few hours before I actually put it in. You just get a bit more of an even color by doing that. And then once you've got your color within the cotton, because I mainly use cotton or linen, you need to then spin it out in the washing machine. And then at that stage, then you need to hang to dry. But what's very different with plant dyeing is that while it's wet, it marks really easy. So if you put like a peg on a wet plant dye, it will mark. So you need to be really mindful where you're positioning your fabric to hang. When I'm hanging my plant dye fabric, I'll always let it hang as in like from the ceiling downwards and take as much excess water off it as you can, because that can cause problems in how the color is very even. So then once it's dry, it's completely dry, you then want to color fast it. So I iron my material completely as hot as I can, or hot as the fabric will allow it to be. Then I will probably leave that for a day, and then I will come back to it and I will wash it with an eco-friendly detergent. And I think at that stage, then it just has a different smell to it. If you touch plant dye fabric, it just feels so different. It feels so different to synthetic dyes. And you know that whole process is completely natural as well. And a lot of the plant dyes you can source naturally as well. When you wash your plant dye material, there's just a few little things. You can't put it out in direct sunlight. The sun will bleach the colour or fade the colour. So there's certain little elements of it that you just need to be a little bit more mindful of. But yeah, it does take a long time, and sometimes results don't happen. You could do the same thing and you can get a very uneven colour. You can get the shades that you've not really kind of desired. It's always 100%, but I think the more imperfections I get, the more unique it is and the more beautiful it is in my eyes. And just start experimenting. And I think that's the main thing. It's experimenting in different shades that you like to do, and different material as well. That's the other thing. It's what material you want to use. Plant dyeing only works with natural material. You cannot use a manufactured material. The two don't go hand in hand, which again, I think it's nature kind of telling you the partnership between the two, which is, yeah, I just think that little detail is quite beautiful, really, that you cannot dye on artificial materials. So yeah.